After a spirited practice here on the banks of the Severn River, we're with Navy senior defensive tackle Clay Cromwell. And Clay, what is it about the defense over the last several weeks? You guys have taken it to new heights.
Well, every week we like to come out to practice and take it with a fixation to detail and play with elite effort, attitude, and toughness. And you can have all the elite eat, as we like to say, but if you don't match it with your execution, you make them a lot harder on yourself, and we like to try to do that every week.
And it really seems like it's paid off. I mean, from you guys on the line to the linebackers to the defensive backfield, everybody seems to be gelling at once.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that just kind of speaks to the type of practices we have in the meetings, especially meeting as a unit. We do that really frequently, and I think that's paying dividends. Everybody kind of understands what everybody else is doing, and Coach always says a great defense knows where its help is.
So how cool has it been for you this season? You've had the same defensive coordinator now as head coach. The linebackers coach is now kind of in your ears as the defensive coordinator, and Coach Hall is back in the defensive line. Some real symmetry, even though there's been changes in other positions. You guys are doing pretty well with that.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of it. I love Coach New and Coach Volker, and especially Coach Hall. They've helped take me to new heights I really never thought was possible. And Coach Volker, last year and previous years being the linebackers coach, I wasn't, with him as much. But now when he's on the defense, I'm a huge fan of it. I love getting to work with him every day and come out and practice.
And Coach Hall is officially legit going into his high school Hall of Fame when you guys are down in North Carolina. Sure. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool. He mentioned it to us that week, so we were really proud we could go out there and get the win for him, and I think that just speaks a lot to his character and the type of coach he is.
And with Donald Berniard starting every game for at least the last 10 years now, are you glad you made that move and looking back on it, getting away from nose guard and becoming the defensive tackle?
Well, I think it's, wherever I could help the team the most, I'm really happy I was able to do that. I think it's worked out really well, and I think we got something really great.
How tough has it been? I know it's next man up, but with Jacob Busick going down with that injury.
I think Justin Reed, he stepped up and filled in great. He's done exactly what we need him to. He's made some huge plays, and he's hadn't missed a beat at all. So he's done great.
And that's really amazing too. And I think it helps probably the other guys that are kind of trying to get to positions when they see a guy like Jay Reed doing what he does, getting an opportunity. They think, well, maybe I'll get a chance.
Yeah, I agree. That's the way I was when I was coming up. I saw a lot of guys, make the most of their opportunities, and it's exactly right. Why not me? And I think those are great examples for the younger guys to look up to.
What has it been like for you this year? We talked to coaches, and they say you're getting double teamed a lot.
Yeah, hey, it's tough down there. In the trenches, that's part of the job, though. Somebody's got to do it. So
now, if you're double teamed, does that sometimes lend itself to the Will Harbors and Colin Ramoses of the world shooting those gaps and getting an opportunity themselves?
Well, that's great. Being a defensive lineman is an unselfish position because you do get double teamed a lot, and that's how the game works. You free up gaps and stuff for the linebackers and the guys on the back end to fill in and make plays, and that's how it works. I'm happy to do it.
What's been the difference this year with the turnovers? It seems like you guys get a sack or make a big play, but you're always going for the ball.
Well, we practice it every day. We're always practicing getting the ball out, tomahawking out of the quarterback's hand, white striping the ball in the back when you get a chance. It's because we practice it every day.
Now, when you guys go up against the ones, not as much probably on offense as the season moves on now, does that give you a little bit of a sense of what you might be facing physically the next week?
I think so. They give us a great look, and you're right, it's not as frequent, probably as it is in the spring, and, it gets less and less the closer you get to the season, but I think so, absolutely.
So how's the bye week landed? It's been strange. You had the early season bye weeks, but now as we're past the halfway mark, I would imagine this is kind of a better time to get a bye week and maybe get some of the guys who are injured, rested, and back into playing shape?
Well, that's exactly right. We had a really awkward kind of first half of the schedule with our byes, but now we've played, I think, 4 straight games, so I think a bye, that's great. Get some guys healed up, rested, practice some more, and then, hit the second half of the season, really.
Now, you grew up playing high school football and athletics in Oxford, Mississippi. How did your family end up in Oxford?
My dad retired from the Marine Corps, and he started to work at the school district where I was going. We had some family friends who also lived down there and had one of their daughters actually go to Ole Miss. So, really went there and then I've just stayed there. It's kind of hard to believe I've been there for 10 years.
And you don't have that Mississippi accent.
Not anymore. Yeah.
What's it like being here on the yard? You're from Mississippi, but you're playing football and also in the brigade with men and women from all over the country.
I think I'm really fortunate. It's a blessing to be here. It really is. I think a lot of people take for granted their time here, and I try to make the most out of it and stay positive because it's challenging, but I'm thankful for it.
Did your dad have a lot to do with your decision? A colonel in the Marine Corps, a career Marine Corps member. Did you really lean on him when you thought about coming to the academy?
I did. He didn't come here, and he would have never, pressured me to go somewhere I didn't, think I wanted to do. But I always thought the military, and specifically the Marine Corps, was something I'd do. So I thought it was great. Come play great football, and also get a chance to, serve in the Marine Corps.
Not only do you have upcoming games to prepare for, but also your service assignment. What are you hoping for your service assignment?
Marine ground. That's the goal. So November 16th, I'll find out.
And we'll know because when you come to practice, if you get it, you're going to have a real short haircut?
Yep, I'll be bald, so clean as a whistle. Yeah.
What have you learned from the guys who have gone Marine Corps ground before you, guys that you've played with on the football team?
I think it's just kind of like the brotherhood we have here on the team. I know that's why I'm attracted to it especially, and a lot of the guys do, because it's very much like a team atmosphere, kind of like you're in the huddle, so to speak.
And what does your mom think about you going Marine Corps ground?
I think she, she probably has mixed feelings, but I think she's all right. She knows the life, so.
Your dad having experience in the military, but also experience for a few years as a college football player. Did that kind of help you when you talked to him about what you're going through on the field?
He did. Just, kind of long days like what I've experienced here, camp, practice, 2-a-days and things like that. So, it's nice being able to ask him questions, and I have a pretty good idea now how things go. But
and how is that once you get to your senior year? You've put away the classes that were probably the most difficult. You're settled in on the yard and what to expect with football. Do you feel a comfort level going through this senior year?
It's different. My class schedule's maybe not as strenuous as it was before. I have a couple days off where I don't have as much class, but it's important I don't kind of slack off too much, or I can stay focused and hit the deadlines when I need to, which I've managed to do so far. So keep it going.
English major, but not many places do English majors have to take thermodynamics.
Right.
What was it like for you getting through some of those math and science courses?
For some of them, it was a little more difficult than others. But like thermo, for example, I really enjoyed that class. It was super interesting. I think great teachers also, have had a huge impact on me. But, I am an English major at heart.
Right.
So
now, as the games wind down, do you start to really savor every game, every play, knowing that this is going to be it?
I think so. I don't know if it's really kind of hit me yet, but I do. I cherish the moments out here with all my guys, my best friends, and, the plays out here on the practice field, and traveling to games and, playing on them. I really do cherish them.
Coming off this bye week, you guys are all set up to make a good run in the last 5 games. Is that the idea right now, what you guys are talking about, really going after it?
Absolutely. This is our bye week. This makes, this is the start of the second half of the season. It's like a new season starting, now, pretty much. So absolutely.
Thanks a lot, Clay.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
He's the anchor of the defensive line for the Midshipmen, senior Clay Cromwell.